Ayo, what's outside is within. The mind regulates the hand that masters the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier still. The stargate to the mind's revealed, the vortex.
Let's talk about, what do you make of Skepta's challenge to US rap culture with that song Friendly Fire? And now he's dropped round 2, which is aimed at Joyner Lucas. What do you think of those songs?
The songs were...
Sorry, and the challenge, obviously, to the US culture.
So, look, when you look at music as a whole, it's a way of expressing yourself. So I could never disrespect someone's views when they're just trying to express themselves in a positive way. Yeah. But what we do know is when it comes to rap, MCing, all that sort, it's a competitive genre. Yeah. So when I look at music, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but if you see like R&B, I don't see that as a competitive. They might think that internally that they're a better singer than someone, but it's not a, you know, when they're making their love songs, they're not saying, you know, I'm making this love song to be better than that person's love song.
Of course.
Whereas in the rap situation, it is solely that. So a challenge is nothing. I don't mind a challenge. It is just the way that it was challenged. So when he's saying, you know, he feels that he wants to clash the US rappers, I'm saying, firstly, I don't even know him and consider him as a rapper. So I was like, okay, that's a bit up in the air. But if he's saying, look, it's not even about the genre, it's just me versus that person, like, what does that look like?
But just on that thing of what you just said, wouldn't you say that battery's been put in his back? Because we all know, obviously, us as UK affiliates, yeah, we know the scene, we know the genre, we know who's who. But wouldn't you say the record labels and, you know, the media is presenting him to the world as a rapper? So do you reckon that battery's been put in his back so he can start claiming, oh yeah, I'm going to step into this realm as being a rapper and let me go after these rappers?
Well, I saw something the other day, and it was said that originally when he was producing and stuff, he actually did rap. He did start by rapping, and then obviously, you know, you're in the scene, you can always move along and do bits and pieces. Right. But I just think that there's different elements to it, and only he knows. So when you talk about the battery, I'm also thinking, you know, was he saying to himself, how can I, not trying to say he was irrelevant, because he's not, he's Skepta, he does his thing, but how can I bring my stock back up? You know, because sometimes, you know what it's like in the industry, you have your ups and downs, and maybe it was a bit quiet for him and he thought this was possibly a way to, you know, get his stock up. Only he knows that. But for me, I just don't understand it. I just don't get how that would even work, because I started seeing people saying about it was just pure. It was basically grime artists. Like I didn't even see a mention of a UK rapper who I consider UK rappers. I'm seeing the list is all grime artists versus US rappers, and I'm like, well, this doesn't really make sense, because the grime artists would win on the grime beats. I don't know if anyone's going to argue that, but they would. And then on the rapping side of things, the US guys are going to win. And it's not to say that the UK man them can't rap, but I don't even know where that stood, because when they said, you know, the top US rappers, I remember there's still a lot of people, like you've got Eminem, like you still got Nas is around, you still got Jay-Z, you got Lil Wayne. Are you talking about these guys as well? Or this is what I'm saying.
Do you know how deep it is for me, bro? So it's a cut.
No, go please, because like remember you're the rapper.
No, right, but I'm saying you don't even need. Do you know how deep it is? They don't even need to draw none of those guys you just mentioned. They could just say, right, go and talk to our Battle League man. Them. You got people like DNA, Charlie Clips, Rum Nitty,
T-Surf,
right, Tay Rock.
Yeah.
Who's going up against them, man? There, bro.
And you know what it is? You know what's weird?
None of them.
No. Do you know what's? But even before them, there's certain guys. Like, I looked at it and it's like, how are you looking at it? So what's the categories? So are you saying actually just lyric for lyric? Or are you saying battling on a tune? Are you saying battling a cappella? Are you saying song for song? Are you saying that we're better than these guys making songs? Or what are you actually doing?
I'm only just going by what I saw from what Skepta was saying. First of all, Skepta's saying he wants his respect.
Okay.
He wants his respect. He's sick and tired of it. And for some reason, I don't know if they've had maybe obviously people in the comment can say, but they had their back and forth. So then that's when he sent for him. And you know, like over here, you know, with the, how he looks like, he put the tune out, so it looks like it's tune for tune. So he's put his tune out, which to me I thought was light. Joyner responded, which was a bit better.
But also light.
Yeah. So then now he's come out with his next thing. So it's looking like it's a tune for tune. And then you had whatever his name is,
Big Zoo, I think.
Big Zoo, I don't know. He's sent for Eminem. Like this is the thing. A lot of people have been speaking to me about it, and a lot of people have been giving me their insights on what it is. And in a way, I'm not mad at Skepta for what he's doing. He's very intellectually smart, like in the sense that he's got his own festivals, he's got his own products working. This has now got his name everywhere, to the point we're even talking about this. You've got American people that, obviously he's known by certain Americans, but now he's got a lot of Americans looking over in his corner. The issue that I have is us over here in the UK. Bruv, we are dysfunctional. We're so dysfunctional here as people. Like, I'll get to the point. Yesterday I was talking to my niece, yeah? And we was talking about this situation. And I said to her, name me 3 UK artists. And I said, excluding me, don't mention me, give me 3 other artists. The first name she sent for was JME. So I went,
serious?
Yeah, I went, wrong, he's Grime. And she goes, okay, Chipmunk. I said, Chipmunk's Grime. Now this is my point. In one of the comments I was talking, I don't really like to get in the comment stuff, talking back and forth with the madness, yeah. But I had to say certain things where these guys were talking, and I said, bro, the pioneers are people like Rodney P, London Posse, The Force, Skinny Man, and I was just going through like Chester P and all these people that came out at a certain point and paved the way. And their response, man, the roads don't care about them, man, and the roads don't care about them. Them man ain't the OGs. And I'm saying, bruv, how can if there's no foundation, there's no house? So I'm just saying, look at us. We don't even understand what's going on in our own territory. But the point of what I'm trying to make is, what Skepta's done is this is why I like Skepta for it, is because now the whole world is looking over here. Who's doing what? People are asking, who's that? Now they're starting to understand, oh, he's a Grime MC, he's not a rapper. And now we're starting to understand that there's levels to this. There's people that are in certain categories. And rather than us crying and moaning and doing all of this stuff, you've now got the opportunity where people want to see what's what, showcase your talent. Because, you know, people are right, you know, certain people shouldn't have the absolute authority to be talking on UK hip hop topics and stuff, but now you've got the space
platform now
to do it and open yourself up and talk. Do you know this? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ramble, but
please.
This just came to my mind. Yeah, I give I got a lot of love for the Grime scene. I've had a different insight, and I know you can relate because obviously me and you are from the same neck of the woods. We know the same sort of people, and we moved a certain way. When Grime was first bussing and they was doing what they was doing on Deja, I had a nice insight in the sense of I knew certain men, so I'd roll up there and I would be the person just to fly on the wall, sitting down and watching them doing their thing. I didn't know it would explode into what it is. One thing I like about the Grime man, even though they'll have their little battles with each other, do you know if Wiley put on a show at Esky, all of them are there. All of them are there moving together as a unit. They all make money. You know what I'm saying? To the point where like the industry is starting to look and saying, wow, we can get involved in this and we can turn it into something profitable. To the point where they're at they've grown up as men now and they're all at great positions still within music. Now, when you turn to UK hip hop, we don't have that. We are very egotistical to the point where like my album, what I'm doing right now, yeah, is called the King Nama's Palette. Right? What did King Nama do? King Nama was the first pharaoh of Egypt that unified the lower and upper regions. So it's mad that how the energies is working this way. My album's kind of on the same thing. Well, I'm trying to get all of the UK hip hop man them together on this album and let's make something great. Do you know how much, man? I'm not even gonna say no names, yeah. But hip hop is, if you're into the UK hip hop scene, there's certain man that I've gone to and said, jump on this song. You know, up to today, they've not called me back. They've not tried to initiate to say like, oh, I'm not gonna be on the song. Or, I can be on the song. Please bear with me. I'm coming. A lot of these man, their chest is their chest is high, and they feel like they've made it. When not, bruv, there's only a certain amount of artists in this country that is really crushing peas like that. Yeah. Right, and a lot of them feel that they've made it, or they feel that they're bigger and badder. UK hip hop is very disbanded. We're not together. Yeah, and this is why we fail. Yeah, people want to moan, oh, they shouldn't be speaking about UK hip hop affairs. So why haven't you stepped up? Why haven't you created something where, like, bruv, you know that if there was 5 UK hip hop acts, yeah, right, on the scene that I'm in, like, you know, in the level that I'm on, if we all came together and put on a show and got all of our fan bases together, we'll have a nice big show. But they're not thinking of levels like that. There's bare times you see them on the camera saying we're supposed to be coming together like the Avengers. Yeah, we're good on our own. If we come together, we do a madness. It's just like when they're talking about KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, and Cool G Rap coming to do a supergroup. Do you know what that will do for hip hop? Do you know if they went on a tour after they brought out the album, what that will do for us? That is what I'm saying we're supposed to be doing. Over here, we don't do nothing like that. On the grime scene, they do that though.
Do you think that's because there's a basis though? I see grime. The youngers built grime. Yeah, that's what I loved about it. I love the fact that they just said, you know what? Because remember, what actually that stemmed from was garage, and then the garage scene trying to get rid of them and not show them, in their mind, the respect they deserved. You know, so they just said, okay, well, if you won't let us come and do what we want to do, we're going to do it somewhere else. And the youngers could relate to him. So the thing is, what happened is, even from we was young, we respected America. We almost always wanted to be what they would, not be them, but, you know, like, endeavour with their cultures. You know, like, in terms of haircuts and clothing, baggy clothing. But the UK always had their own thing. Yeah, and then what happened is we started clinging on to that more. Like, well, I don't even care about what them man are doing over there. We got our own thing. So then when the grime scene was kicking in, it was a situation whereas we was all relating to each other rather than anybody else. And I think that's why they were able to do that. See, with rap's always considered American.
Straight up. You
know, so it's hard for the youngest to kind of gravitate to that because we're not American. So when grime came along, it's like even when, like, the same thing with jungle. You know, it was a situation where no one was in the jungle raves trying to be like, yo, rap, hip hop, US thing. This was a UK thing.
That's right.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So they was able to build from that. And I think that what's happening is it's ironic because you're saying that about your niece. Was you saying which was your niece?
Yeah, I was talking to my niece about it.
And when she's saying her, the first artist she's saying, because when people think of the UK, that's who they're thinking of. So there's that misconception that, you know, like, these grime artists are UK rappers, because when you consider the UK artists, it is the grime ones. They're the ones that have been able to build a basis, you know. And I think that the UK rap scene started to do that, but like you said, because people got a bit greedy, people didn't want to bring everyone else in or didn't want to help, it made that more difficult. So now I think there's just a confusion between UK rap and just UK as artists.
Well, it's like the gatekeepers as well. You know, people like Westwood. You got to remember when Westwood was, bruv, remember everybody used to go to the Westwood raves in the sense when he was bringing over the Wu, Jay-Z and all of them lot at his events. He was very much hip hop. And then when he started to realise, oh, the money lies within the grime scene,
he started bringing in.
He abandoned what he was initially doing and jumped onto their wave. Well, the other day you got gigs dissing Semtex. I saw that. Yeah. But at the same speed, I can't get mad at that, because when it comes to Semtex, I see him doing the same thing too. He's not drawing for he's not holding UK hip hop on his back. If you go and like what's their names, DJ MK, all of these guys that are supposed to be UK hip hop through and through, I don't see them pushing UK hip hop and stuff like that. Even when you got some of these other platforms where you're dealing with like the SBTVs, the link ups and all that. If you notice, go and watch they're only bringing certain individuals on their show. You don't, you know, because remember, the UK hip hop scene's there. It's not like it's not there, or it gradually it faded away and it crumbled to dust and it's gone. They're there, but they're not fucking with them. Now I can't say why they're not fucking with the UK hip hop scene, but those are the platforms in the sense to gather traction and awareness. They choose to go elsewhere. You know, I just find that very interesting. But my thing is, what I'm thinking and feeling is I feel that there's, because of this dysfunction that's going on in the UK, you see how it started off to be US versus UK, which is a madness anyway, because I would never...
It's gone within now, isn't it?
It's going to implode here, because now you're starting to see a lot of people have issues that they're talking about, and a lot of people are frustrated.
Well, I saw a thing the other day, and it was some guys from Birmingham, and he was like, them London man ain't even better than us. So that it started that faction, and as well. Listen, it's a competitive thing, innit, bro? That's the expectations. That's how it should be. I don't mind what Skepta said, because I believe if you are a hip hop artist or a rap artist or an MC on any level, you are supposed to believe you're the best.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. That's what I was trying to say in the beginning. That's the competitive streak that I'm talking about. You're supposed to feel like you're the best. I'm just saying that you gotta be specific with how you're putting your point across. So when he's saying certain things, say exactly what you mean. Say what you mean what you say. You know, so if you're actually saying you think that we're better than them man there overall, then you have to say that. If you're saying if you're like you said, if you're saying you just want your respect, that comes in different avenues. That's got nothing to do with other artists. If I want a respect as an artist, that ain't got nothing to do with you. You don't need to be showing me any type of respect. At the end of the day, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know, the listeners are going to be there to hear it. It's not going to really matter what anyone else is.
I think he. This is my personal opinion, and obviously I don't know, but this is me just speculating. I think he was just looking to gain more traction, more 100%.
That's what I said. That was exactly what I said.
Yeah, because now the whole world's talking, and everybody, whether they know him or not, they know him now. But this is what I wanted to ask you, bro. What is your take on? You see Drake when he's there coming out with his fucking ain't no one out rapping a London rapper and best lyricists in the world are from London. How do you feel about that?
My humble opinion is, I just feel like he's probably been the smartest person in the industry for a long time, who was able to see what is needed to be done to succeed. Yeah? So he said to himself, listen, if I want to succeed globally, which is what he's been able to do better than most, I need to be able to do exactly the opposite to what you was just saying that the UK man them can't do. Which is, I love all of you. I appreciate all of you. And when you do that, they all go, oh, and they embrace you. So when he's sitting there saying, he's not stupid, when he's sitting there saying, the UK man, them are, because remember, he had this whole thing with Kendrick, and he lost a lot during that stage, in terms of in the US. He can barely go back there. Yeah? So if you're smart, like he is, I don't care what anyone says, Drake is a smart guy, and his team. If you're smart, you say, well, look, we've lost the traction here. Where can we build it up? Come over here. And if you're doing that, of course you're going to get love. Yeah? Who's not going to love you over here if you're saying that where you're just going, it's the best? And that's what he's done. It's just smart on his behalf. Does he really think? See, the thing is, the reason why I know, and this is why sometimes I question this guy, is because just like what we said earlier about the battle rap. But Drake goes to these shows.
Yeah.
Like those battle rap in America, in Canada, and all, he goes to them, so he knows the levels.
He does.
So when he's saying that, I'm looking at him like, but I know you don't really hear that over here. You don't, because that format is not really like that. Yeah? Now, at the end of the day, in my humble opinion, get upset if you want, but when I watch battle rap, the US battle rappers are miles ahead.
Of course, bro.
Now listen, I would say this, right? I'll say this bold. There is someone in the UK right now rapping who is better than all the guys that are at the top. Yeah? Like your top rappers, US and UK, there's someone sitting here who's better than all of them. But he hasn't got a voice.
That's right.
He can't be heard. No one's listening to his music because he can't get it out there. There's someone in America the same way. They're sitting there in their room, writing their arse off, but ain't got the voice and able to do it. So there's always levels. They're always going to have someone in each country that is just as good as anyone else. That's why for me it's not really, if you want to do it as a competition like football, you want to do like, look, let's do a USA versus a UK thing, then that would have been different for me. I would have respected that more. If they're saying, look, let's just do and go from there, and I felt that would have been better because you would have opened that up to, well, let's not just do it for the top man. We can bring people in. Yeah, so then you could have opened the scene. But then you've just said, like, yeah, us versus them, and then just named you and your brethrens, which doesn't really do anything for the scene.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, like, I've got a saying where you have to be careful when you put things out there because it's
100%.
like it no longer becomes yours. It's the world's. So that's what I'm saying to you. It's like, even though he's done what he's done and it might have come out a bit wonky, it's now opening up a can of worms where we can utilise that for the betterment of ourselves. And shout out to the UK battle rappers as well, yeah. Because when I think about it, we have got some heavyweights in there.
100%.
Yeah? There's too many of them to name, but there's a lot of them that could get busy. But on the same scale, the reason why.
But let me ask you a question. I'll put you on the spot.
Go on.
And you don't have to say names.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Cool.
But when you say that, in your humble opinion, those guys you're thinking about, how many of them, or could you name 2 or 3 of them that could beat Tay Rock in a battle rap? Rum Nitty in a battle rap, DNA in a battle that you see, that acapella battle.
I'll be honest with you, like America's got much, you know, the landmass alone will dictate the probabilities of how it will go.
And
right?
that, do you know what it is? That's the correct, because the point I'm trying to make really, where I was really going with that is, you've got to understand something, it's all subjective. So you remember, the point of it is, when the man them from America are listening to us, they're like, teas and crumpets. You know what I mean? Teas, cup of tea. You know what I mean?
I hate that stereotype.
I know, but it's real. We hate this, but it's a real stereotype because they listen to our accent and they're like, what are they even saying?
But you know what? I have a problem with a lot of UK rappers and their accent. I don't like the deep voice and like when I say this respectfully. A lot of these guys that rap right now, the way their voice sounds and they're rapping, it sounds low IQ to me, and it sounds put on. Because when I'm around individuals, you don't talk like that. There's a way that they're rapping and sounding. It sounds off to me.
But it's what them are liking at the moment, so then they gravitate to that.
But you know what I think? I think a lot of people right now are not having no real truth of expression. They're just doing stuff that they think is going to help them to bust.
Well, we discussed it, and the first thing we did, that was the conversation we had. That's what happens. That's what the music industry is. That's a decision artists make. They're saying, look, are you going to do what works and gets the money, or are you going to be you? And we said it, bruv. If half of these people were actually being them,
it'll be different.
It'd be a whole different thing. But bro, I'm saying to you, me as someone who I love music. I love to hate music at the moment. But for me, I want to hear a tune about, like what you said, I want to hear a tune about geography, history.
Yeah, but you know, the irony is, you're not going to hear that in grime.
But I'm saying just music generally.
Oh, yeah, there's man doing that shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say to you, when I say that, I mean where the voice can be heard, because there's a lot, you know, like what's difficult for me in music, as I get older, I get lazy, okay? So sometimes I'm like, when you're saying to me what you just said, I 100% believe you. But when you're saying, bro, go and find that, I'd rather go and find a book than go and find someone's song on something, bro. You understand what I'm saying to you?
I feel you.
It gets techie. And that's a bad thing maybe, but I'm saying, look, you lot got to put your music out and put it out in a much better way than it's getting put out at the moment.
Yeah, it's a really mad one to talk about in the sense of like, because bruv, there's so much people, and the thing is, I'll be honest with you, bruv, yeah, in no way do I want to talk about me, because I just think me talking about me is just cheesy, yeah.
No, it's not, because
no, but what I mean by I don't want to talk about, I don't want this to turn into the look at me, but I'm saying like, forget me, let's look at other artists. There's so many artists that I could tell you right now, go and check their music out, because these guys are one. If you're looking for that authentic, real, I'm talking about UK rap, yeah? Authentic, real, boom bap, feel, you've got that. Lyricism, yeah? Character base, tone, clarity, wittiness. It's there. But what it is that people are just want to be spoon-fed. I'm a person that comes from like, when I was buying my music and all that back in the day, I was going out there and, you know, like when you got the term digging in the crates, I was going out keeping my ear to the streets. Who's that guy? Who do I need to be listening to? Boom, you find out all these different artists and say, right, these artists are dope. Now, no one does that no more. No one's out there really trying to find out who's that guy. They're just, it's like a podium is put up and they're telling you that these are those guys.
But do you think then, and I've said this many times on my platform, so do you think that there's a bigger picture? So the real danger is the consumer in terms of what they want to listen to. So the reality is, if we look at what does well in the UK, it's pretty much violence. Violence does well. So there's a bigger picture there in the sense that why are our young ones wanting to buy into that rather than buy into stuff that, in my opinion, matters? You know, so as I've said many times before, even when I was young, it's not just, I'm not blaming them now. It's been a long time that it's happened. But you know, when you go into a dance, for example, and someone's up there trying to kick knowledge, ain't no one trying to listen to it. I don't even want to hear it. I'm out tonight. I want to hear violence. I want to hear sex. I want to hear drugs. It's a mood, and I think the big picture for me is the industry is showing me that the mood of us is not great.
Oh, certainly, bro.
And because of that, this is why this music is able to flourish rather than it should be a situation. Bro, half of these tunes talking about shooting and stabbing, we're actually supposed to listen to those tunes going, what's this nonsense? Not embracing it.
Yeah, we validate it.
You know, so that's the big picture for me. Now, why are we in that scenario? But I don't mind it. It's like boxing. Boxing's barbaric. I went to a boxing fight yesterday. That's barbaric. Okay, but it's controlled. And it's understood. Yeah? And then you get the opportunity to be able to go there and sit, and most of the time, in the end, and you move on. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you?
But you just hit it on the head there, really. Like, look, the way that everybody's standing still now and paying attention to this subject matter is through to lyrical violence, where they're battling each other, and the battle is what's igniting the interest.
Yes, but remember, bro, you in particular as well. You could battle another rapper, and it's not going to necessarily be violent. Do you understand what I'm trying to let like when you look at, which is why I like Eminem as a rapper. No matter what you want to say about Eminem, he is creative. I very rarely hear an Eminem rap where he's saying about killing someone in terms of shooting and stabbing in a simple way that what we're talking about on the roadside. He's doing it in a creative way even. He's even creative with that. Even creatively killing people out here. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah. But the point I'm making is he has the ability to sit down and write in a creative way. I'm saying I listen to the artist now and it's boring. It's all the same old.
So what do you reckon? What do you reckon? Where's this going, basically?
The US versus the UK.
Yeah, the
thing?
whole of this. What we're talking about. Where's it heading to?
Somewhere, a place that I don't think I want to be. If I'm honest, and it's been there for a while. It just keeps going. That's the thing for me, and it might be a case where people look at me like, oh yeah, but you're just older, man. You don't get it, you know. You're just an old man almost. You're seeing things from a different perspective, which is true, and I am. And I'm not sitting here saying that you shouldn't be able to express yourself, but I'm trying to say, like, let's not pretend that is 90% of your life, because there's other things going on. Like, sit down and make a tune about, you know what, you had to wake up this morning and go to work because you're at work. But even when you look at these battle rappers that we're talking in America, you might have got jobs. Let's not pretend. Do you understand what I mean? So even there, even though lyrically they're great, the portrayal is still a madness because you're still portraying something you're not. Half of you are teachers, PE teachers, school bus drivers, all of these type of things. But you lot don't want to mention these things in your music. So you've got the kids just believing one thing. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Me, I'm a manager, bro. I'm a manager. I never forget, I took my son to a meeting at my work. And why would I take my son to a meeting at work? The reason why I took my son to a meeting to work was because I wanted to show my son that you can be more than some of the things that you see. When I was young, bro, I never saw black managers.
Real talk.
Go into a shop. Can I speak to the manager? Phone up. Can I speak to a manager? Go into a big building. I never saw them. So when we're talking about jobs, I went on that job, man. I don't even see any doctors. We never saw black doctors when we was young. So what made us believe we could be a doctor? We weren't even seeing it. You understand what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. I've done that so to be able to show him that. So I'm saying if we start doing bits and pieces and show you can be successful in different ways, then it can happen. If these top artists start saying, no, let's do this, they will follow. But you say to yourself, but that's long term and I ain't got time for that. I need money now, so I'd rather just stick to what we're doing now. I'll let someone else do that. Couple man try it, I'll let them get on with it. But for me, I need to do this now. And I get that. I almost respect it. Because I'm saying, you know what, people got to live too. And if you've got the ability to make money in a situation, I'm not going to knock you for it. But I am going to say there's a consequence to what you're doing though. And I think that people need to look at that and see it for what it is. You know, because as it stands, the one thing that was ours and the one thing that we love, like you said, we've given it to the world. We've not been able to hold on to it now. You know, because unfortunately you look at it and like anyone now can just do it. A label can just grab anything now. There's a guy who's been rapping for 3 minutes who will be bigger than you within the week because the labels grabbed him and took him over there. They've given him a voice.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's ludicrous. I don't like that. Because, you know, as you said, there's so many talented guys over here that have not been able to get the recognition they deserve.
That's right.
You know, so yeah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, just to summarize, I think this thing won't last long. I mean, look, Jonah hasn't even replied, has he? It's been a couple of days.
I don't know. Do you know what? I don't know if he will. Who knows? But yeah, there's no reply. I think it's just going to be a turmoil within the UK. I think you're going to see much more disses between certain artists, and that's already started as well. Certain artists already gone at each other. I think it's going to be a much more in-house thing.
Yeah, I don't think the Americans are going to care.
No, they don't.
They won't care, so it'll just be us left on our own. We should have just done it ourselves, but let's see. It's interesting, and we can touch on it again, because it'll be interesting to see where it goes from this moment. Yeah. Because if I'm honest, I don't actually know. I don't actually know where it will go. But I do think nothing good's going to come from it. If I'm honest, I don't think anything good's going to come from it. They'll just get them... Like I said to you, I'm not trying to say people are irrelevant, but I think this will make them relevant.
Of course.
Again, and I think that's the whole point. You know? And I think sometimes people do it and it doesn't work. Like you said with that Big Zoo guy, who I think's good at... But in that sense...
But what he did wasn't good, though.
Yeah, but even if it was... Let's just say if it was amazing, that still wouldn't have been good enough for Eminem to come out and be like, okay.
No, if it was dope and it was lyrically, I reckon Eminem would have come out of pocket, because, you know, I think he's a person who is a lover of lyricism, and he likes how, like, if you come at him and it's fucking dope, I think he's gonna be like, right, let's have it. But because that was just utter trash, and
Let me ask you a question. Sorry to stop you.
Go on.
Because I agree with that statement. But let's put that statement into context and to what it is. If Big Zoo done that track and it was hard, Eminem would still be going, He's big too. He'd still be saying that. It wouldn't. Remember, bro. This guy is. It's like me going to the gym, bro. And I see someone pushing and doing a heavy lift. I don't go. Because I'm like, I've seen that 1,000 times. Like the lifts that would impress me, you might die from doing that, bro. Like you might need the ambulance just in. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? So for me, no matter how good it would have been, it wouldn't have been good enough to impress Eminem. Because he's like, look at the rappers I've rapped with him. It just wouldn't have been. He'd been able to go, that was cold. There's guys he hears and goes, that's cold. But he doesn't hear them and go, I'm scared. Like, whoa, that was. Because he doesn't even know them. It's like, who are you?
I don't know.
And now, sorry to say, I'll start and say this last thing. Bruv, you got AI now, say. Now your buddies say, man are using AI anyway, so.
Man are doing AI bars.
Man are doing AI bars now anyway, so who cares? Doesn't even matter again.
Do you know what? We will never know what thing until there's a reaction from it. But I do think that out of everything we just touched on, I think that was the weakest link. Like when I actually heard it, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Like I said, I get what he tried to do.
Yeah, I get it as well, but
yeah.
like at the end of the day, did you have to do that? No, like that was a madness, bro. Like that was a reach. That's what it was. It was a major reach,
Major
bro.
reach. And the thing is, what was well for me was when he mentioned his daughter.
Yeah, come on,
I
man.
just said to myself, yeah. Like you're really you're reaching for the stars with that one. And I just feel like the amount of rappers that have tried to diss Eminem through the years and he hasn't replied. What makes you think? And I guarantee you, some of them have been good. Like some of them been like right techie, but he's just like does nothing for me. You know, if he did every single time someone did a tune, yeah, it'd be back and forth with everyone.
Yeah.
So
right.
yeah, I think that was pointless. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Let's see. I am interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, maybe something good can come from it. I hope that some UK artists can get some exposure that they wasn't going to get before this. That's what my hope would be.
My last thing, what I'm going to say is what I've been saying. Like, I think good things will come from it. What I mean by good things, there's going to be a lot of bad things and a lot of wasted energy and negative stuff. But I think what's going to happen is that certain people, certain clashes, or I don't know, certain people showcasing themselves is going to bring acknowledgement. Because right now, I think people are looking to say, okay, what's going on then? What's going on over there? Who is the UK rappers? So it's time for people to put up or shut up, really. That's what I think. Like, for me, if I'm going to get involved in all this stuff, which I'm not getting involved in the sense of trying to diss people and act like an idiot. But like, these are the times where you're supposed to use this energy of what's going on and then push out that real shit that you think that needs to be delivered.
So do you think, just in your humble opinion, from what you know, do you think any UK rappers are going to get involved in this?
What, actually start dissing?
Yeah.
I don't see them doing that, because especially dissing US rappers, because bro, we that's the Mecca. New York is the Mecca.
And this is what I see.
Right?
Yeah.
Why are we gonna go and try and diss the Mecca? Don't get me wrong, like I think anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. What I will say is there's no point of us warring with people that we love and respect. That don't make no sense. And that's something
just out of nothing anyway.
Yeah, that's something Skepta and them are gonna have to rock and do on their own. They can channel that realm themselves. Me, I'm not on it. If someone calls my name out like that, then that's a different thing. But for me to just go out there and say you because you're from US, that doesn't make no sense, no mathematical sense. Why would I do that?
I hear that.
But yeah, man, I on my last thing on it, I think that in-house between us lot, I think things will happen, and fire. I think in-house, a lot more will happen for us, and yeah, I just think a lot more will come through in-house. This US versus UK thing, I'm not interested in it. I think that's
No, I hear that.
Yeah.
I totally hear that. I mean, obviously, it's at the moment it's a topic of conversation at the moment. But Yeah, let's see what happens. I'll be honest, I don't think much is going to happen from it. I think it will be a short spurt where he got a little bit of relevance again, and then it will just move on.
No, but big up to them, man, there, because I didn't even know who Joyner Lucas was, and I know who he is now.
No,
I didn't know who he was.
I know
who he was now.
Bro, he can rap.
I think he's all right, man.
Bro, he can rap. If you listen to a lot of his stuff, he can rap.
Yeah, he's all right.
And that's the thing. If people are going to get a voice, then it's all good. But I still don't know how... I mean, I still think we know what was going on because we're within it. I still think outside of it, there's some people I've spoken to and I'm like, yeah, what do you think? And they're like, huh? What's even happening? They don't even know.
Yeah.
So it still becomes that sort of situation where it's not global like how people think it is.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
big within the small circles that we're in. But outside of that, no one ain't really caring, you know? It's just, it's not that. But listen, it's good, man. And I hope some people can profit off of it and do well.
Brother.
Always love,
Boom.
man. Always love.
Man, respect.
So yeah, today we just was having a little conversation, current affairs, just going through bits and pieces, and then hopefully we get back and we'll sit on some.
We'll touch on some more current affairs again, innit?
Yeah, 100%. We'll see what's popping. There's always something going on.
That's it.
There's a lot of things that we could go through, but it gets a bit messy. But yeah. Thanks very much.
Love, man.
So the next time.
Hey, yo, what's outside is within. The mind regulates the hand that masters the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier still. The stargate to the mind's revealed. The vortex.